All right. We have with us technically who he was Envy in game, but he is not actually Envy. It's HCE. Congratulations to your team, A-MEI-ZING, for taking the 2-0 over Modo. Um, so, what did you guys think of that first trap you saw from Modo? Because it was a little strange from my point of view. What about your teams?
You mean on Tower of Doom?
Yeah, on Towers of Doom.
I don't know. We don't really look into the other team's draft. I mean, we play heroes we like to play and that are good on in the current meta. I guess the double front line. When we saw Arthas, we were more like, oh, let's ban Blaze because it might have been a good pick for them, but like it didn't really affect our gameplay there.
Okay, so so you drafted the Lunara, I'm assuming because they chose the Uther though.
Correct. Yeah, we've ran a couple games where we countered Uther with Lunara, and it been well. So I actually swapped with Kaizen, who actually plays the solo lane normally, and I played the Haka in the first game.
Okay, yeah, that I forgot to mention it with the switch in roles. Is that just because you're the Lunara player and he doesn't actually play Lunara otherwise?
Yeah, it's vice versa, but yeah, you're correct.
Okay, yeah, sorry. Um, so did did that first game feel difficult for you guys? Because they had what seemed like tools to fight you guys on a potentially even field with like slowing sands, cocoon, and at the same time, like every fight you would essentially trade up where you'd get two kills for one death on your team.
No, um, I don't know because like Lunara does good against Cocoon. I guess we just played the map and try to create our own rotation where I
Mhm.
try to get the double soak when I could or not. And then just from there, we started, controlling bot and just zoning them out of the points. So
Yeah, you guys were definitely up like in shots significantly by the end of that game. Um, I felt like you just outdrafted uh, outdrafted Modo completely in that game one where they almost literally had no chance. Not that they had no chance, but they just were outplayed by pretty much a Lunara against Uther pick.
yeah, that's basically we knew we outsustained them, and
Hmm.
we just played the poke game, try to outlast them and see if we could get picks with the Haka.
Were you surprised that they almost never really hard engaged on you? It seemed like they were almost playing to your advantage, which is the long drawn out sustain fight.
Yeah, I mean, I didn't really pay attention if they would really hard engage. Every time we saw Cocoon, we just peel back, break Cocoon, reposition, and re-enter the fight. So we
Hmm.
just like reacted to their action, I guess.
Yeah, yeah, that makes sense. You'd expect Cocoon to come out and it's kind of like all is break Cocoon and walk away. Like that's pretty much it, and get any free Lunara poison damage on them in the meantime.
Yeah.
So that second game, obviously that was a lot more of a nail biter for that one. Now, what made you guys choose Ana? Have you guys done like the Li Ming Ana before?
Yeah, we're we're known for Anna Leeming in our first season of NGS.
Hmm.
Yeah, we ran Anna Leeming pretty hard. So I guess with the current patch with the changes, we played her a little bit before the series, and we're like, yeah, why not? Let's go. It's been a long time. Just reminisce some good moments.
Yeah, I do think like at the end there, that the, at least from my point of view, based on like looking at some stats too, that the hardest part for your comp was that you really need Ana to get her quest completed, where her healing output is drastically less than what Stukov is able to put out until she gets her piercing darts completed, which obviously was done. And at that point of the game, you had hit 22. It seemed like a different game too for you guys at that point.
Yeah, most definitely. Complete your quests goes a long way.
I guess that's the new name of the game, completing quests. We're not playing Heroes of the Storm. We're just, it's like a World of Warcraft mod now, quest completions.
Yeah, some PVE.
So, were you guys concerned at all, like how well in general, like the fights were going for Modo? I'd say like overall, they were mostly in their favor for like the early parts of the game, and even into the mid part of the game, and then they get themselves like the early keep, which even was able to knock 9% off of your core. What was the situation like for you guys in like comms and all?
Respecting the shot calls, like it's easy to say, oh, I'll peel back and get the catapults and not fight for objective.
Hmm.
But, like you can stack a couple waves before you get core damage, actually. And then it was really just about like everyone committing to the same objective. Um, I think that made the difference there. Because, like, if I would have split, then we would have lost the immortal, definitely.
Yeah, it definitely would have been a different game altogether. So, um, how does your team normally do, shot calling and drafting? Do you have like one person who does the majority of the drafting? Is a team effort of contributing to the draft? And do you have like the same shot caller, same as the drafter?
I'd say, well, I mean, we obviously got Lightnix, the captain, who's got good experience thanks to Dorm. But I think we all make a team decision uh, based on our comfort picks and hero pool. From like we got a pretty good hero pool, so we don't mind like discussing draft and what we can do and swap roles if needed. So
So is Lightnix normally the one making the shot calls, uh, or is
yeah,
it?
I'd say he's the voice lead during games, but like we got when like Lasai gets picks, like everybody just shot calls when they can, like when they get an opportunity or something.
Yeah, that's awesome. So that's good because I feel like a lot of teams struggle on the shot calling front from other members, where you kind of get this. I feel like dichotomy where if the main shot caller isn't calling shots, you get kind of what I'd call noise instead of a high signal to noise. You're getting too much noise from other people trying to contribute to shot calls that are actually not very good to this situation. And if everyone's able to contribute like useful shot calls, that just makes it easier for your main shot caller.
No, I agree. I mean, like we've lost games obviously, and we learned every series, and we get more disciplined because we like we realize a lot of our losses were due most to from our mistakes than rather like the enemy play. Uh,
Mhm.
so yeah, it's more like taking a step back and just committing to one. Because like we throw a lot on bosses because somebody calls boss, then we call retreat, and a lot of shit happens. So we just learn from our mistake and commit to one shot call and respect the shot calls.
Yeah, that's great. So would you? I always ask this question, especially for teams I haven't interviewed. What would you say is like the thing that's really helped you guys in the past month or two to become a better team? Would it be that listening to the shot call and making sure everyone really commits to it?
Uh, yeah, I mean we've got our ups and downs. I wouldn't say we're like optimal quite yet, but
Mhm.
we're just everybody on their own just practice to get better on their pool and whatnot, and then to get more game awareness. And then when we play together, we're just more mature every series and matchup, and then that's where it goes.
Yeah, that's awesome. Are you guys doing anything special to prep for, I guess, the playoffs that are going to be around the corner for NGS?
Not particularly. We're just yeah, we're just playing on a every week basis and show up to our series.
Okay. Yeah. Um, so hopefully you guys have some good luck now that you've been ironing out some issues. It sounds like that you are. I mean, you had a decently successful season overall. I mean, you're sitting right now in the middle of the pack. and if you've been improving throughout, this season, obviously the playoffs should be a lot better for you guys too.
Yeah, we're definitely looking forward to the playoffs.
Is there any team you're really wanting to face again in the playoffs?
I'm not really looking at the other teams to be honest. So yeah, like honestly, we're just doing our thing. No, I guess any team we played and I guess lost to during the season, so we can maybe get a vendetta outcome. But no, otherwise we're just looking to play when we're called.
Okay, cool. So thanks so much for the interview. And yeah, would you like to give any shout outs before we head off?
Yeah, most definitely. Shout out to the whole crew, amazing, and shout out to mom and dad. I made it. Nah, just kidding. Shout out to everyone who was watching the stream. Appreciate the support towards NGS. Shout out to NGS for casting our games and supporting us into this chair league.
Yeah, no problem. And thanks for putting on a show for us tonight.
Appreciate it.
And good luck for you. Do you have only one game left in the season?
I believe next week, Thursday next week or something.
Yeah, so good luck for that one because that'll probably determine where and like if you're in the bottom of the pack for the playoffs or in the top of the pack since it's so tight right now points between heroic teams. Yeah, so good
We'll
luck
make.
and best of luck in the playoffs as well and enjoy the rest of your night.
Thank you. Enjoy. Bye bye.